What's up, guys? I'm here at the Coventry Transport Museum because we're doing a very special video. We're going to be doing a little video around the the Transport Museum, and we're going to show you all the highlights. I mean, we've got this bike behind us. Firstly, we've got lots of different things to explore around here. There's a Jaguar E-Pace car just there. We're going to just show you all the highlights around this museum. So let's go and see what we have around here. I'm going to show you everything around, not everything because it's going to be a super long video otherwise. They actually do some Hot Wheels here too, so we could look at those later. So I'll see you when we see our first highlights. Alrighty, so we've got our first vehicle here, which is a 1912 Crouch Kid, which is a three-wheeler. Really interesting car just there. And also there's a Barbie Jaguar XJS, which is from 1990. This is the Barbie version. I don't really know. Oh yes, for this toy over here, look, you can see it over here. This has a V12, yeah, a 5.3 litre V12 there. Nearly 300 horsepower, pretty good for 1990. You did? Jeez, you've got Barbie and Ken in there too. Amazing looking machine just there. We've also got these over here. We've got a 1949 Les Fresier Estate Saloon. Pretty nice. Then we've got a 1935 SS Jaguar 1.5 saloon as well, 1.5 litre. Peugeot 3092 from 1986. This thing here is looking fantastic in there. You've got that too. I like the look of this. It's like a woody wagon. Got the Barbie Jag. On this side, you actually do have an. What's this one? This is a 1937 Standard 10. And then next to that is a 64 Morris Minor Traveller Estate with the wood bits too. Nice wood finish on that car. You've got a 1934 Riley Lynx. Really nice British sports car here. Makes a really nice amount of stuff there. This is a 1965 Alvis T21, a nice sports car from 1965 with a 107 mph top speed, and it's got a. Yes, I know. I've seen that already. I've already seen the Peugeot 309. Then we've got a 1963 Hillman Super Minx Mark II. This thing looks pretty nice in that white colour with the Hillman bits on the front there. It's got an SX as its license plate, nod to the Honda NSX. And then next to that is a 1931 Swift Coupe, which is still a pretty old looking car for 1931, but it still does look pretty fancy. Right here we've got a 1910 Humber Landaulet. So a nice Landaulet, like the Maybach Landaulet. And then there's a 1953 Riley RME. You got a nice little Riley RME. You got this thing, which is a 1931 Daimler M1620. Really nice car there. This one here is the same Alvis T21. You got all this stuff, the Morris Traveller. You got all this crazy stuff. And then you've got this too, which is like a very, very precious tricycle. This is a 1930 Hero Rickshaw, which looks pretty nice in there. This thing here is something here. A nice interior on this old thing. Please don't sit on me. Don't sit on this thing. This is a 1954 Stinger Roadster. Pretty good looking actually. It's a Singer Roadster, not a Stinger Roadster. This old thing right here is a 1949 Coventry Vicar Venus. And then next to that is a 1964 Hillman Swallow prototype, which looks pretty nice actually for 1964. Definitely looks way younger than that one. Over here we've got a 1931 Armstrong Siddeley Sunshine Saloon. And then behind that is a blue 1970 Invacar 70. So this has a 70cc engine, I'm guessing. Yeah, there it is. Little 70cc one cylinder or two cylinder. I think it's a two cylinder. I think. Here's the side of that 1931 car. You've also got a big engine that looks like a six cylinder in there. Could even be a seven cylinder. Don't really know. I'm gonna try and focus that there. Over here, you've got some more bicycles. Got some really nice. There's a penny farthing back there. Actually, three penny farthings. That one's huge over there. You've got some some weird things just over here. Right here, we've got a 1947 Standard 14 saloon here. Pretty nice car.
I've been in one of them.
Oh yeah, you've been in a Standard 14. Wow, actually, that's crazy. And then right here, we've got a 1950. No, that's not a 1952. That's a 1922 Morris Crowley. So, pretty old machine, that one. And then right here is a 1952 Alvis TA21. And then over behind me, we've got a 1959 Ferguson R5 prototype. That's actually pretty good looking for 1959. And then next to that is a 1929 Humber 1650. So that's a pretty big car there. Pretty nice luxury car. You've got the Morris Crowley. You've got that Elvis. Right here, we've got a 1966 Humber Imperial, which is an ultra luxurious saloon car. Pretty nice looking car. Pretty cool. I think it's a six cylinder, I'm thinking. Over here, we've got a big old 1956 Armstrong Siddeley Sapphire 234. You got a nice look at the engine just over here. I don't know. Is that a flat four? Some sort of carbureted engine for sure. And then over here we've got a humongous 1926 Daimler 2585. So this is like the ultra luxurious car in this lineup. Over here we've got a 1973 Jaguar XJ12L. So that's the long wheelbase, I'm guessing. And then right here is a what is this one? This is a 1975 Chrysler Sentra. Pretty cool looking car there. And then you also have this one here, which is a 1934 Armstrong Siddeley Long 20 Landaulet. We'll look at that. This looks like it's got a inline six as well. Looks like an inline six. Pretty cool collection of cars in this first gallery. This is only the first one. We've still got 14 more galleries to check out around here. All right. Well, we'll. There's also a bike there, a motorbike and sidecar just up at the top there. Look at all this. Right, well, we'll see you in the next gallery in a minute. This is just a brief look at the interior of this Woody wagon that we just found earlier. You got some good seats in there. Is it a 7-seater? This? No, it's not. It's a 5-seat. Can't really see far too much in there. Really, really nice. Really cool interior in that car, to be honest. Look at all these old motorcycles or like bikes that they had like back in the 1910s and things. No, this was back in the 1840s. I got that wrong. This was when the whole world was relying on bicycles rather than motorbikes and stuff like that. Got some pretty good looking bikes just here. And then look at all this stuff. Look at all this crazy, crazy stuff. Loads of penny farthings on here. You've got all this. You've got that Jaguar E-Type just back there. Look at all this stuff. There's so much crazy cool stuff here. You've also got a little trailer just over here. That's like a nice little trailer. I have no idea what that is, to be truthfully honest with you. This is an insane group of bicycles we've got from all sorts of different years. Up until like 1850. And then over here we've got three different cars. Right here is an 1889 MCC, I think. MMC. Don't know what the heck that is. This is a really, really nice looking car. And then we've got this little thing just here. Pretty sick looking vehicle just there. We've got this, which is hang on a minute, I need to see what this is. This is, doesn't say around here, an 1898 Daimler. So this was made by Gottlieb Daimler in 1898. It's called the Phaeton. That name would later be used for Volkswagen's ultra-luxurious saloon in 2003. Pretty nice name for an 1890s car. Over here we've got I think this is a Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit, I think. No, Silver Ghost. This was like the most luxurious car back in like 1912 when it was first introduced. This is a crazy looking machine. What an amazing car. Beautiful, beautiful. Reginald Maudsley. Oh no, actually it's a 1906 standard motor car this, so it was a pretty standard car. And then right here you've got the standard Coventry engine that this is powered by. Looks like it's got 8 cylinders, but actually it's 4. There's 4 cylinders in this. You can get to see all the stuff on it. You've got the compressors, you've got all that stuff. You've got the compressors right there. You've got the gearbox just there. It was probably a 2-speed. You've got all that stuff in there. There's the flywheel just there. There's everything on this. Over here we've got some more cool cars. There's a 1913 Swift cycle car just here. And then there is the 1905 Swift Ladies. Actually, no, it was probably that. That's the ladies thing. I don't actually know what this is, but this is a pretty old car from like 1900. Pretty cool stuff here. This is actually an interactive thing that you can use. Right here we've got a 1910 Swift Tourer. And then we've got a 1913 Premier motorcycle. Right there, there it is. That's a Premier motorcycle. This is a bicycle, and that is too. That's like an old wooden bicycle. That's the Premier motorcycle. Right here is a 1908 Hillman Colton motor car. This is about the same size as that other one, standard motor car. And then here is a 1901 Premier motorcycle. So this is one of the first motorbikes ever made. Over here we've got a 5-seater bicycle just here. There's also these. There's another Rudge motorbike just behind that. Over here you've got some of the first crazy cars over here. You've got a, what's this? This right here is this is a 1906 Rover Tourer. Really nice 1906 Rover Tourer. And then we've got some bikes. We've also got some more bicycles just here and everything. We've got that's a pretty cool one just there. Sinner, it sounds like it says. Really nice vehicle there. Over here is a 1912 Sidley DZ Althorpe Special Cabriolet. So that's a lot of things. That's a long name for a 1910s car. Names were a lot simpler back then. And then over here is a 1911 Daimler Tourer. That's a nice thing there. More bicycles. Crazy things around here. Over here is a 1909 Maudsley Landaulet. Another Landaulet named vehicle. That is so big, it can't even fit on the actual frame. That is huge. And then over here is a 1910 Humber Tourer right there. That's pretty cool. You've got some more motorbikes just here. Well, actually, no, these are bicycles, but they have like a sort of engine in a way. There's a Humber motorcycle. This was when the motorcycles were like bicycles. And then over here is a tricycle. This is the 1904 Humber Olympia 4 car. Pretty interesting vehicle just here. And then this old rust bucket just here is a 1914 Humber Tourer. So this looks like it's actually been somewhere. This was a pretty nice looking vehicle just here. Pretty cool vehicle, but it looks pretty rusty. Over here we've got another one of those tricycles. This is a 1904 Riley Tri-Car. Pretty nice looking vehicle. And then over here is a 1903 Riley Multi motorcycle. And then back here, that made 2.5 horsepower, so that was actually pretty good. And it cost £60 when new. And then over here is a 1908 Riley motor car from 1908. This thing looks pretty nice. A 12 horsepower, 2-litre engine in there. Probably a 3-cylinder or something. That was a pretty good vehicle. This is the Riley bit there. You've also got the Rover part, which we were at earlier. All this was all the big British manufacturers. You've got Maudsley, you've got Honda over here, you've got Daimler, and you've also got Sidley Deasy as well. All right, let's go and get into our next gallery. I'll see you in there. All right, so we actually just missed this little bit, which is the conservation workshop. So this is where they're going to like conservation all these cars and restore them a little bit. This is a 1901 Payne and Bates car, which looks pretty nice. And then over here is a 1910s thing. Look at that little Daimler, super. Oh no, it's an Austin little race car. I don't think it has an engine though. And then over there is something as well. There's no visitor access in there. They're just like restoring all of these old vehicles. There's the motorbikes. Pretty crazy things in here. There's another motorbike just there. Another one underneath that. There's also a car wrapped underneath some tarpaulin just there. Pretty nice looking gallery. Right, we'll see you in the next part. Right, here's our next gallery full of a lot of really old 1910s cars. There's also more motorbikes over here. We've got a 1921 Kenilworth motor scooter. And then over here is a 1920 Stafford Pop motor scooter. This one right here is a 1920 Ivica Solo motorcycle. And then up here is a 1920 Rover motorcycle. This one right here is oh no, that's that one still. Actually, no, that is a 1920 Holbrook motorcycle. I got that wrong, actually. That is the 1920 Stafford Pop motorbike up here, motor scooter. Over here, we've got more bikes, more bicycles. And now we get back to the good stuff, which is the cars. This blue one right here is a no, it's not. There is a 1922 unicycle up there. This right here is a 1920 Coventry Premier Tri-Car. So this is actually a freewheeler, like a Reliant Robin. Pretty interesting vehicle just there. This big one right here is an Alvis from 1920, I believe. It's a 10 to 30 horsepower light car, this is. Alvis 10 to 30 horsepower light car. Pretty interesting vehicle just there. This one right here is a 1921 Calcott Cabriolet. And then right next to that is a 1921 Rover Tourer with a 12 horsepower engine. Pretty good looking thing there. This one is a bike there. That looks pretty nice as well. I do like that one though. That's probably the best looking car here so far. This is the frame of this thing right here. So this right here is the frame of, there you go, this is the steering rack and everything. You got all the flooring over here. This is made out of wood back in the 1910s. There's the engine block there. A 1929 Fulham Standard. And this is the standard Fulham right here. This is what it looks like normally. Right back here is another smaller car. What's this one? This right here is a 19... This is a 19... I actually don't know what that is, but it does say that. Over here is a 1923 Humber Chummy, which is a small coupe from like 1920. Over here we've got a 1923 Standard Warwick. That's pretty cool. Named after Warwick. This little one over here is a 1923 Albatross car. And then right here is a 1926 Gilson touring bicycle. This big thing right here is a 1923 Swift Tourer. Pretty cool looking vehicle just here. And then here is a 1921 Coventry Victor motorcycle with a Whitley sidecar. And then finally we got this red cool thing, which is a 1925 Le Threches DJ type. Pretty nice from 1925. And then this is the engine just here that it powers. I think this is a 4-cylinder. Probably makes about 20 horsepower. Pretty nice looking engine block, to be honest. Really nice. That's a nice looking car, to be honest. That Swift Tourer. Over here is more motorbikes. There's a 1922 Hazelwood motorcycle with a sidecar. And more bikes as well. Over here we've got more motorcycles. There's a 1923 Wee McGregor motorcycle just here. And then there's a 1924 Mackenzie motorcycle as well. We've got more motorbikes. This is a 1924 Le Freches motorcycle. And then down here is a 1922 Rivera motorcycle. Pretty nice looking thing there. With a single cylinder, 1 litre engine. We've got more motorcycles on here. And then there's more cars. This one here is a Hang on a minute, I don't know what that is. We'll be able to see it in a minute. You can see the interior just there. This one's got some broken seats by the looks of things. Looks like they've been ripped through already by something. Right here we've got a 1927 Rover 1650. Oh, actually no, that's the Rover 1620. This is a 1929 Austin 7 Shallow. So this was like the most hardcore version of the Austin 7 back in 1929. And then right here is a 1927 Singer Junior. Singer Junior. Pretty cool looking car just there. That's the Junior. We've got all these motorbikes just here. There's so many really cool bikes just here. Over here is a 1932 Hillman Wizard. That's an ultra luxurious car just there. Pretty nice looking machine just there. And then over here is a 1931 Hillman Minx. Pretty nice wagon there from 1931. This big behemoth right here is a 1930 Humber Super Snipe. So it was like a sniper car. Does look pretty nice, this car does. And then right here is a 1932 Alvis 1260 in green. Beautiful British racing green car there. This one right here, this cream beast, is something really, really nice looking. It looks pretty cool. That is a 1934 Singer 9 Coupe. Pretty cool. There's another bicycle just there. And then this behemoth right here is a 1935 Riley Kestrel. That's cool. Pretty big car there. Over here is a 1935 SS Jaguar. Pretty cool looking coupe from 1935. And then this here is probably the same thing actually, an SS Jaguar too. This is from 1935 as well. Oh, actually no, it actually says what it is on the very back. It is, this thing is a 1934 Triumph Gloria. Pretty cool car. And then right behind that is a 1930 Standard Swallow, which looks pretty nice in this like creamish colour. Look at how many cars there are around here. This is only the third gallery we've found, or the fourth. This is a crazy, crazy place. Fantastic. Right here is the Jaguar. This big engine over here is what I was looking at. This looks like an airplane engine block. Looks like a V12. This is a Daimler 12-cylinder engine that was used in King George V's 1935 Daimler. Pretty interesting. So a pretty big block. That's when the engines were huge. This big beast right here is a 1935 Queen Mary's Daimler. So this was actually for Queen Mary, which is pretty cool. This was like the ultra luxurious car of 1935. I bet this costs over $1 million nowadays, or £1 million. But look, more motorcycles. Got a 1932 Francis Barrett Kestrel 24. And then there's also a 1935 Montgomery 250cc. So this was actually one of the biggest capacity motorbikes back in the day. Pretty crazy looking thing. And then there's another one of these giant cars. This is a 1937 Daimler 5-door. Really, really cool looking car this there. Love a look at that. Over here is a 1938 Alvis Speed 25. And this was like, I think this was the most hardcore car that Alvis made in 1938. We've got more bikes, more Francises. We've got a Coventry Eagle on here somewhere. That is a Triumph Tiger 80 from 1936. This is a new Imperial from 1936 probably. This one down here is a Triumph or something. This one here is a Francis bike. And then up here is another Francis probably. This one right here is a 1936 Armstrong Siddeley 14. Pretty interesting car just there. It's a lot smaller than the other ones we've seen. There's an Austin 7 in here from 1930. 1935 Austin 7. And there's actually a garage run by that guy down there. You can't talk. There's a sidecar there on that bike. That's a Brough. Is that a Brough Superior? That's fantastic. Oh no, it's a Francis bike. It's another Francis bike. It's a 1939 Francis Barrett H45 Cruiser. Pretty cool. This car just here is a 1935 Humber Super Snipe. Just here. And then behind that is a 1935 Rover 12, which is this one right here. Really nice looking car just there. Over here is a 19 something Triumph World War II bike. This is a 1909 Marston Sunbeam. No, that's probably it just there actually. And then this is a 1945 Triumph 3HW military motorcycle. And this one in the middle is a 1934 Triumph 3HW just there too. And we've got some guys working on military prospects just over here. They're doing some machinery things. And then over here is a giant tank. This is a 1943 Daimler armoured car, which actually looks pretty nice. Looks like it's still in pretty good condition, actually. And then over here is a big old fire engine. This is a Dennis 1940s Dennis thing. Pretty looking nice there. Do you like the look of that? Over here is the tank. Can't really see far too much on the inside. And then over here is a nice looking police vehicle from 1936 or something. Right over here is a really cool. This is crazy. Oh, we've got an air raid experience. Crazy, crazy looking stuff in here. Wow. Wow, this is insane. Look at this Blitz experience. This is from the 1940s when people were putting out fires because of the Nazi Germans destroying London in 1941. Here we've got a car that's completely rushed. That looks like it's been in a big explosion there. We've got more crazy things. You can't really see in here. I can actually turn on the light. There we go. The flash is always on. Look at that. This is crazy in here. You can actually get to properly see that car now. There's also a bike there too. You've got some more crazy, crazy war zone action just here. Absolutely mad. Oh! That is actually frightening. That is insanely frightening, that is.
Did you want it was like that?
Yeah.
Here comes the airplane.
There's some more bombings, a lot of people there. They're sleeping in there. Crazy Blitz experience. And now we get out of here. Let me turn off this light real quick. There we go. Right over here, we've got some more military vehicles. This motorcycle here is a 1940 Norton 16H. And then right here is a 1943 Humber staff car. Pretty cool looking vehicle just there. Listen to all that noise in that room. Whoa, look at this. More crazy things. This is absolutely insane, bro. Right here is a 1948 Tiffin Coventry chair, which is super nice. We've got some more offices. Jesus, listen to all that noise in that room. We've got more cars around here. Right here is a 1947 Daimler limousine. This is like the most luxurious super white car you can get in 1947.
Does it say how much it was?
I don't know. It does say that it has a straight 8 engine, which is a 8-cylinder in an inline. Some crazy, crazy things in there. You can actually see the interior too. Holy jeez. Look at that. Look at that interior. Look at that.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus. Over here we've got a 19... What's this one? This is a 1948 Standard 8, which is like a nice Second World War made after car. And then over here is a 1948 Standard Vanguard, which looks insanely cool in that creamish colour. This one right here is a 1953, is it? 1953 Standard Super 10. Really, really nice there. This one right here is a 1952 Armstrong Sidley Whitley, which is pretty interesting. And then right here is a 1952 Hillman Minx Mark V. Pretty cool looking there. This motorbike is a 1958 Francis Barnett Falcon. Right there. Nice vehicle. And then right here is a 1954 Triumph TR2. Pretty cool looking car. Really nice coupe with a nice little low interior. This is how low you would be in a car from the 50s. Pretty insane. There's another Triumph motorbike over here. This car on this like little loading thing is a 1953 Sunbeam Mark III drop head. It came with a 2,267cc, so it's a 2.3 litre four cylinder with a top speed of 91 miles an hour. So not bad. Pretty fast for a 1954. Over here, we've got some more crazy cars. This one right here is a Sunbeam Rapier, a 1960 Sunbeam Rapier Series 3. And then this one next to it is a 1960 Hillman Minx Easy Drive. You've got a 1964 Stinger Gazelle, which looks pretty damn nice. And this is this. All this crazy stuff. And then over here is a 1960 Armstrong Siddeley Coupe. That's mad. That's crazy. And then this one right here is a 1963 Humber Spectre, whatever this thing is. This looks pretty good in this colour. Skepta, not Spectre, whatever it is. Nice interior on that. Nice car. That was probably worth about $5,000 back in the day. Over here is the Rolls Royce thing. No, it's not. It's the Sunbeam. I mean the Siddeley. Sorry. This is probably worth about $10,000 back in 1963, and that's probably an equivalent of £150,000 in today's money, which is an absolute bomb for that. Fantastic stuff. We're getting into the more modern sports cars now. We're getting into supercars. Over here is a 19. This is a crazy looking half of the. Look at that. That's got a four cylinder in there. Right here is a 1971 Triumph Bandit Superbike. This cool thing right here is a 1969 Triumph 2000 Estate. That does look very, very good over here. This is a Triumph Vitesse from 1970. Looks like a Triumph Herald, actually. Got some more Triumph motorbikes back here. Well, actually, no, there's a Francis Barrett one just there. Got some more crazy bikes and everything. This one right here is a 1965 Triumph Tina. Oh, no, that might be a 1965 Triumph Tina, that little motorbike just there, moped. And then next to it is a 1960 Triumph Tiger Club. This right here is a Triumph Tigress over here with another cool moped. This one right here is a 1967 Triumph 1300. And then next to it is a 1973 Dolly Sprint. This was one of the fastest cars in 1973. And this is actually a car that Richard Hammond drove in an episode of Top Gear when they were buying classic British cars for less than, I think it was less than £1,000 actually. Pretty good. And then right here is a 1974 Rover P2200 P6. Pretty nice looking saloon there. Top speed of 108 miles an hour from this thing. And I think this thing had a top speed of 108 also. These motorbikes are pretty nice too. The sports cars over here. This one is a Triumph GT6. No, it's a Triumph Spitfire Mark III from 1968. Named after the most famous fighter plane in World War II. And there's another Spitfire next to that. Pretty cool. Spitfires. Look at those two Spitfires that's there. This is a 1976 Triumph Stag, one of the best looking sports cars by Triumph ever. This had a £4,000 price tag when it was new. Nowadays, I think these things could be worth $20,000. A top speed of 115 miles an hour. It had a 3 litre four cylinder, or maybe a 3 litre six cylinder. Right here is a Triumph. That is a 1977 Triumph Bonneville T140, which looks brilliant in that colour. Look at that car. See the interior of this thing briefly. Fantastic. Nice drop top as well on that. Stag badge. Over here is a 1972 Hillman Avenger. Beautiful, beautiful colour on this too. Brilliant, brilliant car. Just look at that. Absolutely wonderful in that colour. And then over here is a 1972 Daimler Savoorian. This looks like a Jaguar, but it's actually a Savoorian Daimler. Daimler Savoy. And over here is a 1960. What of it? What? Oh yeah. This here is a 19. What's this? A 1983 Triumph Acclaim. Pretty nice looking car there from Triumph. This is a 1988 Peugeot 405 SRI, which looks super. Yes. This is a 19. Yeah, I know I have. SRI there. And then here is a 1994 Peugeot 306 Saloon. Wonderful car there. Here is a 2000. No, it's not. It's a 1998 Peugeot 206 Saloon. Really nice looking car there. Right next to that is an electric 1996 Peugeot 406 radio car. Pretty good. And then right here, oh no, that's the radio car just here. That's the Peugeot radio car. This is a 106 electric just there. Fantastic. Over here is a Jaguar XJ. This is an XJ40 from 1986. It's actually a Daimler XJ40. This is a pretty cool looking car. This right here is a 19. This car right here is a 1980 Pacquian Hillman Saloon, and then next to it is a 1975 Hillman Imp, which is that little yellow thing just there. Look at the interior of this XJ40. Look at that. That must have been a lifestyle back in the 1980s. Super sick car. Brilliant. Over here is more, there's some coils just over here. There's some coils. That's a Peugeot 206. Over here we've got a 2014 TX4. That's from 2014. Over here is a Peugeot 206 SW, so it's the station wagon version of the 206. Pretty standard car on the inside. We've got the taxi. Well, you can actually go into. Actually, I want to see the view from inside of there in a minute. Oh yeah, you had one of these. It's a 19. It's an Austin Metro Mini Metro from 1983. I think this could have been from. I don't really know, but this car does look fantastic in this red colour. 1983. That is fantastic. An iconic London cab just over here. Let me see real quick. Look at this. Oh my
When I
word.
was 17,
Let's just
working
see
at
the
Standard
interior of
and,
this.
they were on a
You can get
3-day
inside
week
of
at
this
the
thing
time.
and you can
So,
go
as an
and.
apprentice, you had to attend anyway. You went in 5 days a week.
Fantastic.
And what we
Just
did
going
then
to sit in
was
here
we
for a
just
couple
found
of minutes and have
somewhere
a
to,
relax. See you in the next
sleep.
part.
We
In our next little section, we've got a 1965 Daimler Majestic Hearse just here. And then next to that, we've got a 1931 Singer van, which is a City of Coventry Industrial Museum car just there. Back here, we've got a humongous truck, an electric truck. Right here is a 1972 Morris Minor post office van. Look at that. Very cool machine, that is. Oh! Pretty nice looking car there. And then this big van here is a 2008 Mod 8 van. And that actually never got out of thingy. They actually originally went out of business in 2011, this company, and they never brought out their car. So a shame on them, but it's always going to happen. We've got a Jaguar XJ over here. This here is a Jaguar XJ with a V8. I think it's a 5 litre. That's a big V8. Probably about 340 horsepower or something. Pretty sick. Right here is a Triumph 2500 TC police car from 1973. This back here is a gigantic Daimler van thing. We've got actually a couple of activities that you can do over here. There's even a little track that you can play with down there, which is pretty sick. Right here is an Atlas van from 1970 something. Over here is that is a Carbia ambulance from 1959. This right here is a Carbia fire engine, also from 1959, I'm guessing. We've got this little van. Nice little van. That looks super cool. Whoa! Got some caravans, sorry. Pretty sick. There's another fire engine just here. This is a Jaguar Daimler Fire Brigade. And I think this is from 1950. There's that fire engine just there. Look at the size of that fire engine. Rolls Royce. There's Rolls Royce on the side there. This big thing right here is a 1959 Medusa. Bang. This giant tank is a 1968 Stuart. No, it's not. A 1968 Alvis Stalwart, which is a pretty cool military vehicle that's probably being used by the British military now, I think. Probably not, actually. They're probably not using those. This big thing right here is a 1960s Humber Pig. This truck is. This big truck over here is a 1956 Ferguson T20 tractor, and it's pulled by a 1954 Medusa flatbed monarch truck. This giant army truck just here is from World War II. This thing right here is a 1968 Daimler Ferret Scout car. We've got some more interactive features that you can play with, including one of these old phones. That is a 1944 Daimler Dingo Scout car. Look at all this. We've got some buses. I didn't show you these buses yet. By the way, this is a Maudsley truck from 1940. This bus right here is a 1948 Maudsley coach. Look at all that interior and stuff. Look at the humongous steering wheel up here. Look at that, sick. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing stuff. That's so cool. Here's one of the more modern buses. This is a 1980s bus, I think, and it's actually an open top. This one right here is a 1953 Daimler double-decker. It says private, so it's like a private service for like the Queen or anything. Here's a model of this big bus that we're taking a look at last. This is a Daimler something from 1980. Let's have a look at this real quick. This is a 1973 Daimler Fleetline. So this is actually from 1973, not 1980. Over here is the giant steering wheel that... touched it. Whoops. Here's another look at the tractor. Just look at the front end of this humongous bus. Imagine being on one of those in 1977. That would have been sick. All right, we'll see you in our next section. Let's keep looking around. This place is full of crazy-looking vehicles. You can still see that huge van at the back there. All right, I'm going to need to go over here to see where those guys have gone. Just look at this model village that we found. It's quite dark at the minute. You can't really see much. There's a Class 373 Eurostar at this level crosshead. It's only a 4-coach. We do have a lot of cars. We've got escort vans. Crazy stuff. Really cool things. There's a steam train back there too. I think we need to turn on the light so you can see. Well, you can't really see far too much more, to be honest, because of the light shining. There's a Handley Pace Victor fighter up there, or a bomber, may I say. Super awesome. There's a lot of fighter jets. There's actually some Matchbox airplanes in here, because that is a Matchbox Cessna. Awesome stuff. And there's another fighter up there. There's a Matchbox fighter. And we've got a fire station just down there. Look at all this. There's so much crazy cool things here. It actually lights up wherever everything is. There's an airport over there with another airplane on it and a few other parts. Oh, yep, there's the train crossing. That is so cool. You got a Range Rover on the road. Oh, God. There's so much weird noises. But look at all this. There's so much crazy things in here. Right, let's have a look at all these toy cars. Look how much we've got in here. There's so much. We've got Matchboxes up here. We've got a Matchbox Lotus there. Let's show you them all real quick. Ford GT40, Lotus Elan, some weird Rover concept, a Jaguar XJ, and that is a Citroen thing there. At the top, we've got this old truck. There's a race car behind it. There's a Lamborghini Miura, another Miura, some sort of Jaguar. Really cool, weird stuff over here. There's a toy of a Renault Formula One car from 1980. We've got a F1 car there from 1960. That is a super cool casting just there. Some really cool car castings. No Hot Wheels, I don't think I did this. Super, super awesome, cool things. There's some more trucks and wagons and things. We've got an escort van, VT's, VT's van there. At the bottom, we've got this big model of a Citroen Concept. I think it's a BX Concept. That is a Mustang Mach 1. Here's a 250 Testarossa collector thing just over here. That's super, super sick. There's a Lamborghini LM002 Army vehicle over here. Up here, there is two more escort vans. There's a Gamley's and a Hot Point one. We've got a Porsche 934.5 remote control thing up here. This is a Lamborghini Miura toy just up here. There's a Ferrari 325 or something in the middle, and there's a 250 LM as well. Super expensive cars there in real life. Look at all these farm vehicles. We've got tractors. Look at all these tractors. Look, we've got so much. There's so much sick stuff in here. Look at all these toy vehicles. Absolutely awesome stuff. Look at all these tractors. I bet these will be worth a lot now. I think they're about 10 quid each. We've got an actual Hot Wheel. We got like a toy here of the McLaren M8D race car here, the Can-Am car, and there's also another Can-Am car in front of that. We've got a BMW 3.0 CSL, Porsche 935. We've got more crazy toy vehicles. That is like a Lancia 037 back here. Lancia 037 Stradale. That is a crazy vehicle just there, a Lancia full lever. Just got some crazy. No, none of these are Hot Wheels so far. 1968. Oh, we've got 1968. Yeah, got a little jet plane there. You've got a Concorde model back there. Look at all this crazy stuff. Look at all these police cars and things as well. There's just way too much, and this is not even the last wall yet. Look at all of this. Look at that. Holy Jesus. Look at all this, look. All sorts of fire vehicles just here. We've got some ambulances and other things up there. There's some more vehicles just up here, some policemen. What? Not them all, because it will probably cost me $1 million.
Dollars? It's pounds.
Well, I'm just saying it because I got international viewers. Remember, I've got international viewers. I've got viewers from America too, probably watching this. Look at all these. Hang on a minute. I will see those in a minute. There's just too much here to film. Look at this. There's a 365 GTB4. There's so much crazy stuff. This looks like the ultimate dream car toy collector's garage or something. This is insane. Look, there's buses up here. Look at all this crazy stuff. What the hell? We've got some land speed record cars up here. We've got some. Look at all that. This is way too much crazy stuff up here. Look at all this great stuff. There's just too much stuff on this wall to film. This is just too much to put on YouTube. Look at all this. Oh yeah, I'll look at those in a minute. Oh yeah, some jets here. I'd have all of these if I had the money. Look at all these jets. There's all sorts of crazy things. And we've got all of these, which are insane. There's just way too much here to film just for this YouTube video, guys. Just look at all this. I know, I'm going to have a look at the Hot Wheels in a minute. That's probably what you all wanted to see because I am a Hot Wheels YouTuber after all. Just so much. Look at all this. You could literally just look at every single one of these things. Hang on, wait. We've got some things just here. Look at all this crazy stuff. What amazing stuff, isn't it? Hang on a minute. Oh, yes. I do actually have that. That's the 2021 Track Manga model I bought from Bluett's Toy Shop. So I actually do own that Hot Wheels. Fantastic. Look at all this stuff, look. There's just so much. Just look at it all. The toy wall is absolutely filled to the brim with cars. Most all matchboxes. Hot Wheels where? Where?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, 1970s Hot Wheels just there. So that's super awesome. We've got all these cartoon cars.
Jackie's. Noddy. My Noddy car.
Noddy.
Jack, look, there's Noddy. Kermit the
There's
Frog.
Noggy. There's like all sorts of crazy
Wait,
things.
Kermit the Frog.
There's so much.
McDonald's
Helicopter
toys.
just there, really sick
McDonald's
stuff.
Toy Fair.
Supercars. There's a Chitty Bang Bang back here.
Then. Oh yeah.
A Chitty Bang Bang. There's a Thomas. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Thomas, isn't it? The boat.
Yeah, no. That's a Tugs.
Oh.
That's Sunshine. And Tugs there. Look at all these matchboxes all packed up. Right, well that's pretty much it for the toy wall, and I'll see you in the next part. Look at this little van just here. This is a 1924 Ecomobile van. Super crazy looking thing here. We've got the underframe of a 2000s car or something. We'll have a look at that properly in a moment. We do have this that's a 2015 Jaguar F-Type shell. So that's for the V8 supercar that Jaguar made back in 2015. This thing right here is a 1910 Maudsley 32 horsepower Tourer. So this was a rapid thing back in its day, like 1932. And this has got the circular grille on the front. Absolutely amazing. And we've got lots of different engines just here. Got a 4-block there. This one right here looks pretty cool. Got some V8s. That's a V8. That is, don't know what that is. Doesn't actually say on these labels what they are, but they're super cool engines. Super sick stuff. Look at all this stuff that's on the back. All these modern cars and things, and there's like old stuff too from 1912. This bike just here is this is the Rat Racer B2 laid back bicycle that was supposed to be faster than some diamond framed bicycles too. And this here is another bicycle. We've got some more motorbikes just here. That's a 1939 Triumph Speed Twin, I think. This one's the Speed Twin. This one here is a 1921 Humber motorcycle, and then there's a 1924 Triumph next to it. This is a rotary tricycle. And then this old car just here is a 1897 Daimler Wagonette. We've got some more penny farthings and stuff. Mad things just here. Some more crazy bikes, more modern bicycles. Land Speed record bike just there. Some more engines. More engines. Now this is a supercar concept just here. That's a Peugeot Rallycross. That is a Ducati GT. So this was made by the motorcycle company that made those 1000cc superbikes from like the 2000s. Here's a piston. This is how a piston works. Bang. And bang, boom, bang. Over here we've got this car just here. That's a Jaguar. This thing right here is a 1923 Model T Ford, which was the first car to ever be mass-produced back in the 1920s. You can hear some rally car noises. Over here is a 1960s Morris Mini Cooper. 1960 Mini Saloon, even though it's technically not a saloon, it's a hatchback. Here is a Triumph Herald Saloon 1200. Look at that cool looking car there. This tiny little thing up here is a City Wheels electric car. This is what's making all that noise. It's a 2003. We've got a Triumph TR7 just here. Oh, we've got that classic bike. Remember this, Harry? You've seen this quite a lot on social media and everything. I've no idea what it's called, but it's a crazy car. Listen to this this Peugeot 206 rally car. This is a 1999 Peugeot 206 WRC body shell. This here is a 1962 Francis Barnett Fulmer, just here. I like the fact that they put that on that side. You can hear it as well. 1935 Hillman Aero Minx, just there. This right here is a 1957 Jaguar XK 150. with a 3.4 litre straight six at 130 mile an hour top speed, probably about nearly 200 brake in that. And then this little beast right here is a 1952 Ferguson R4 prototype. Pretty nice looking machine just there from Ferguson. Here's an electric Countryman Mini. This is an electric. Yeah, I know. Talbot Horizon. I'll see that in a minute. Pretty sick there. This right here is a 1899 Crowden dog cart. This thing on the screen is what this is. This is some sort of electric sports rally thing. There's a Jaguar concept just there from like 2005 or something. This right here is a Jaguar concept as well. Then we've got this concept from Land Rover, probably supposed to be a boat concept, and that thing is a hypercar with like 1,000 brake horsepower from like 2050. This crazy little thing right here is from the RGM group. Don't know what the heck that is, but it's a really oddly looking thing, and I don't like it. Over here is the, oh yeah, is this what you were meaning? The Talbot Horizon Turbo. Jeez, look at that sick looking car from 1982. And then what's that behind it? There's a supercar concept behind it. Hang on, let me just briefly have a look at this. This supercar concept is the Baltic Orbiter Tasco. Tesco. It's the Tesco concept car. Basically, Jaguar X8020. Looks like a V12. Could be a V12. Awesome supercar concept there. We've got the Hillman Mini that we've just looked at before. That nice interior on this. There's nowhere to put the back seats, but there is somewhere to put your like luggage and stuff. This right here is a 2013 Triumph Superbike. Really, really cool looking bike just there. This right here is, I believe, the frame from a Range Rover Sport. Or it's, yeah, it is. It's from a Range Rover Sport from 2014. Jeez. Some really cool scientific cars. Really cool scientific stuff just here. This is where you can do like all these really weird activities and things, which is amazing. Got some more toys just there. Moving on into this room right here, we have the Jaguar Heritage Trust. So this is like showing us all the Jags. Jaguar is one of the biggest manufacturers in Great Britain. What? Oh yeah, he's a really tall guy. He's really tall, that's for sure. That's the founder of Jaguar. That's William Lyons.
Is he still up?
No. This right here is a 1928 Shallow Ward sidecar. And then right here is a 1930 Austin 7 Swallow, sorry. Excuse me. This right here is a 1935 SS Airline. Pretty cool sports car there. And then next to that is a 1933 SSI 16 horsepower Tourer. So that was a fast car back in 1910. Over here is more Jaguars. We've got a shiny floor. Look at that. Amazing. This right here is a 1955 Jaguar XK 120 or 220. Over here is more crazy cars. This right here is a 1949 Jaguar Mark V. This was when they renamed it from SS Jaguar just to Jaguar in 1949. This right here is an amazing 1951 Jaguar Mark V DHC. The nice drop head coupe. There's some footage back there. This is just one like the rally. Whoa. Look at all that. The C-type Jaguars. This right here is a Jaguar XK 150 FHC from 1958. Awesome car just there. And we've got more of these. This one right here is a 1967 Jaguar E-Type, the most famous Jaguar ever made. This one right here is a 1969 Jaguar 240. Then next to that is a 1963 Jaguar Mark 10. Really big saloon car there. And then this last big one is a 1971 Jaguar XJ6. So that's when the XJ was first introduced in 1970. Over here we've got this nice looking car just here. This is a 1978 Jaguar XJC 4.2. So this had a 4.2 litre inline six or V8 and about 200 brake horsepower. Pretty nice. Over here, we've got the concept for the Jaguar CX-75. So this was when, back in 2010, they made this concept car with an electric motor on each wheel. So it's got 4 motors on each wheel, this car. But it also had something unique in the back. If you can see, probably can't, but there's supposed to be 2 giant gas turbine jet engines back there, which are actually charging these batteries. Top speed of 202 miles an hour, I think. 205, actually. Over here is a 2001. No, it's not. It's a 1996 Jaguar XK8, which had the 4.2 litre V8 with about 330 horsepower. And then here is a Jaguar S-Type R, I think. No, it's just a normal Jaguar S-Type from 1999. Really cool. This car was in service in Jaguar's lineup from 1999, probably to 2005. I can't remember. Here's the Jaguar I-Pace Electric. That's definitely one of the best looking Jaguars, in my opinion, even though it's just a electric car, which means it's rubbish. Anything electric is garbage. Oh, here's Jaguar's Formula One car from 2000, I think. This is the really, really nice looking car. This had a V10 with about 800 horsepower. Pretty fast in 2002. Really sick car there. And then this here is a 1928 Lee Francis Hyper. So this was like the ultimate race car for Lee Francis back in the day. Over here is a, what's this? That is a 1929 Lee Francis Hyper as well. That's a Lee Francis Hyper. This one right here is a 1970 Techcraft BRM single-seat racing car from 1970. There's a big V8 in the back. I think it's a 3.1 litre. We've got some more things here. We've got this thing, which is a 1954 Sunbeam Mark III rally car. And then next to that is a 1983 Sunbeam Lotus. We also have this thing, which looks sick as well. There's one of those super cool bike things as well. I know, I've got to film everything. There's a 1982 Thrust 2 Jaguar Fire Tender. So I think that was probably to sort the thing out. Here's the Coventry Town Centre just here. And then finally, we've got one other expedition to look at, the Land Speed Expedition. This is a Coventry replica just there. There's Coventry Cathedral back there. There's like all the historic stuff. Let's get down these stairs and I'll see you in the Land Speed bit in a minute. Look at this. This is the Thrust 2, which set the world land speed record in 1983 with a top speed of 633.468 miles per hour. It actually says right there. It's powered by a Rolls-Royce Avon, which I think is from a Vulcan bomber, actually. Pretty crazy looking thing. I'm not sure if this is actually the real thing or if this is a replica. I think it's mostly a replica. But boy, does this thing look sick. Absolutely incredible. Look at that crazy stuff. Here's the Thrust SSC. This achieved a record in 1997 with a top speed of 763 miles per hour. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful vehicle to see here. 763. It's got 2 massive engines just here. Yep. It's huge, isn't it, Harry? It could be the real thing. There's marks on it, so that might tell us something. And then there's a mini back here too. Yeah. This thing is a wing with a white wheel thing. And then right here is the Bloodhound SSC. They're still not made this yet. This is actually the later prototype of this thing from 2020. This thing is savage. It did achieve a speed of 628 miles an hour in South Africa, so that's something to write home about. Amazing, amazing looking thing to see. It's pretty crazy how big these cars are, but they need to be humongous to fit those humongous jet engines in them. Absolutely amazing to see the Thrust SSC here too. Yeah, I know, it's the heat. It's got like, you can feel the heat. Don't touch it. You can see in the engine. Can't really see far too much. Oh, look at that. That's the carburetors and things in there. Absolutely amazing stuff. Absolutely fantastic. I think that's pretty much it. And yeah, that's it for the museum. And we'll see you in a minute. Look at that Thrust SSC though. Humongous car. Right, well, there actually is a few mainline Hot Wheels here of these pegs. Now, they do have a pretty high price of £2.99 here, which is a terrible price, but they do have some cool castings. The coolest one I found was this purple 1982 Nissan Skyline RS R30. Yeah, and that's a Burial Racer. This was what I was talking about before with that other one, that green one. This is a special one for the National Federation of the Blind. It actually says up there, look, World Burial Day. This is actually built to celebrate, which is pretty cool. But this R30 does look pretty cool in this. I already have the green colour of this casting from the same year. This casting's quite nice. We also have Zinger 21C back here. We've seen this one before. This is this hybrid supercar from that American company that makes these cars. This is from the 2024 Green Speed series. Very, very nice casting, but I already have it, so put that back there. This next casting here that I found interesting was the Volvo XC40 Recharge. I do already have this one. I actually showed you it before in my off-roaders review video. This casting does look pretty good in that blue colour from the Green Speed 2024 series. We also have a HKS 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor just here. Very, very cool HKS casting. Really, really cool casting here from the Hot Wheels Hot Trucks 2024 set. There's actually an interesting two-pack of cars just here, which contains a 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor and a Corvette ZR1 convertible, which is pretty cool. That is a pretty high price as well of, where is it? There it is, $550. Pretty expensive price for that too. We've got the white Audi RS e-tron GT that I already have as well. I do already have this casted. Pretty nice though, from the 2024 Green Speed 2. This one right here is a 1970s Honda 750 CB CAF. Yep. Right, we need to go. Sorry, that was just a short review. There's also some silver series, including this Lamborghini Miura as well. All right, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've just now left the Coventry Transport Museum. It's a pretty good place, to be honest. It's really good. I hope you enjoyed coming with me for this video, a very special video. It's not like the things I normally do on this channel, but I hope you enjoyed this video because it's a different thing. And I'll actually be doing more tours around motor museums because there's also one in Gaydon that I need to show you, the British Motor Museum. We do need to show you that soon. So that will be something to look forward to in a future video in the future. But leave a like and subscribe to the channel as always. And I'll see you in my next video, which is going to be tomorrow, which is going to be another normal video. It's going to be a Hot Wheels 5-foot review. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys.